Well, hey guys. So this is Noodle, and I have been editing this video, and I hated the intro I recorded last time, so I'm gonna just do it again. But we're gonna do a little more artsy flair because it's the new year, and we're gonna take down this old calendar and replace it with a new one that I'm super excited about. Like, I literally just went, oh my gosh, it is January 1st. I get to put up my new calendar. So, guys, leave a comment if you get super stoked about your new calendars too, because I am really excited. Woo! Okay, calendar. This was a lovely calendar. It was the Tolkien calendar. Had a lot of really great fantasy artists in it. I will miss it. My new calendar. Becorns! I really wanted this, and I saw it online, and it was sold out, and I was so sad. And then I went to like a mall kiosk, and they had one. Like, I wasn't even looking for it. I was just like, I guess I gotta settle for some calendar at some point. I didn't settle. I had it, and it was like, because it was the end of the year, it was like on super clearance, so I'm never getting this open. So I hope this intro is really going well for you. It's going well for me. So if you don't know who makes Becorns, it is David Bird, and he does have a YouTube channel, and I'll link it. And what he does is these super cute photo shoots with these little critters, with these little critters that he puts together. They're called Becorns, and then he takes photos of them interacting with animals. Love his stuff. Love. Also, I'm one of those persons who doesn't flip through calendars beforehand, so I have no idea what's in here. And I will not look. Will not. This is what I spend all of my willpower on. Is not looking ahead of my calendars. So if this was a non-me video, this would have been like some dramatic music, right? And me talking about something probably important and very like emotional. But I'm just saying like calendars, so like woo! Now we're gonna do a retrospective on my art stuff that I really meant to get out yesterday because I talk about like the end of the year. So just keep in mind that I'm a little bit behind still, because I am all the time, really a little bit behind. All right. Look at how cute this is. Aren't you excited about January? Because look at that Becorn. Little bird. Okay, I will link it. Yeah, okay, bye. Okay, so here we go. I do not have a lot of my very, very old art. This is obviously a scrapbook from when I was young. This is the first drawing that I have of mine. I don't know how old I was. If you happen to know me, you know that I didn't spell my name right there. So, or the word first. But, this is just one of those little, like, you draw it and then you flip it in half and then you, like, scribble to make the image. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so I just thought you'd like to see that. The oldest piece of art that I have of mine, I think. And then I have this one, too, that I drew in middle school. I think I was, like, 13. Little raccoon dude. And this is like the end of my very old stuff. I have some high school. This is also me. We are not going to be going through my scrapbook from when I was young. But there you go. 2 pieces of my very, very old art. Okay, next. So these are from when I was in high school. I don't have dates on them. This is a Yorkie, obviously. In high school, I did a lot of drawing from pictures. These are, let's see. These are from 10th grade. Yes. These are the last things I did for when I was in public school. So I was bullied a lot when I was in high school. And as a final project, my teacher for one of my science classes let me do this like bird study, right? Yeah, sorry, I have sniffles again. So my teacher let me do this to stay home at the end of the semester. And after this, I went to like an art high school. So yeah, and you could kind of see going through this stack, like I was putting less and less effort into these birds. Yeah, this is basically just a scribble. I mean, it's not that I didn't have fun doing it, but yeah, I think I probably, knowing me, left it until the last minute. So, just for contrast, here's birds that I did, and a cute sneaky bat that I did. Oh dear, is this 2 years old now? It might be. I still need to finish this project. I have like 2 more sheets to do in these like 100 animal project that I started. But yeah, it's nice to have a couple pieces of art that I can kind of like compare and contrast directly. Like this is what I drew birds like, oh no, like several decades ago. We're just not going to talk about that. I don't have the original of this one anymore, but I did like this big pencil sketch of Kurt Cobain because I loved him when I was a teenager. And then he died, and I think I drew this after he died because it made me sad. Okay, so now we're getting into like my 20s. And I bought these like really heckin' big sketchbooks. I'm sure I got them at Barnes and Noble. And because they're like hardbound, like I started trying to take some of this probably a little too seriously, honestly, for just a sketchbook. I don't know why, but there's a lot of octopus / people drawings in here. And clearly I didn't really know how to draw people. I still don't really know how to draw people. Yeah. Okay, this is a good one. I know that I drew this when I was 21. I don't know. I think I was trying to like make someone exactly 8 heads tall or something, and she's just like a giant. Not everything in the sketchbook is like utter garbage. Like this isn't horrible. I will tell you that like my 20s were kind of like dark days. So like some of my stuff is not super chipper, but I still like skulls and stuff, so maybe you won't be surprised. Also, there's a lot of boobs because I just drew boobs a lot. There you go. And a lot of mermaids. I was drawing a lot of mermaids. This is highly indicative of my mood. Like he's just got an egg on his head. Also, you can tell how much I didn't know how to draw clothes. I am not much better now, honestly. There's also a lot of stuff like this in my 20s, which, by the way, is more than 20 years ago. So, and it's weird, like, I look at these and I'm like, I can still tell this is mine. Like, this feels like me. But also, like, I can tell, like, that I was not in a good mental spot in my 20s. Like, not for this one. This one's fine. But some of these are a lot sadder to me. Like, I can see my mood in them. I love this one still. It makes no sense. I don't know why there are ducks here. I don't know why, guys, but there are ducks. But I still love this. I don't know. And I like was really into like a lot of borders when I was in my 20s. And I did a lot of stuff like this too that were just like mirror images, which is funny because I just realized that like my first drawing, right, that I have is that like mirrored butterfly. So apparently I just never got over that. Here's another like mirrored thing that I started working on. This is a more recent octopus person. I think this is from 2 years ago. So like 2021-ish. So that's how I would draw an octopus lady right now, I guess. Vaguely. I mean, that was 2 years ago, so who knows what I'd do now. But I like that she's got like a little shirt, kind of. I think she's cute. Maybe I should do a little painting of her. I definitely did a lot of mer people. I still like more people, but not as much. I love this picture though. Yeah, this was with my Prismacolors. I thought they were like the end-all be-all of colored pencils back then. And I clearly didn't really super understand anatomy, but I had started actually studying it at this point. So, and I still like borders, obviously. And I still do stuff like this in my art. I also started doing like, someday I really want to do these like as a series, like a bunch of different women with various weird sort of headdress things. Someday I'll do those. Here's another, I just realized maybe you'd like to see it the right way up. Another headdress lady, probably more like architectural. I probably had a whole series of them planned. Also drew a lot of ants back then. Oh, okay, so this actually is the date, so it's 02. So that is, in fact, 21 years ago. Still one of my favorite ants. I think he might have been in a video at some point. Didn't I put him in a video? I don't know. I feel like I've looked at him recently. Okay, so this is 2003, and I had moved on to markers. Sorry, knocking things over. I'd moved on to markers. Not doing super great with markers. Just so you know, like after this, like sketchbook, I didn't use markers again for 20 years. I don't know why, but this is one of my favorite drawings ever. I think it's actually like, it's this guy. Isn't he cute? Love him. And I probably will never do anything with it because like its charm is that it's this cute little sketch. This little scribble turned into a painting. Dragon Sky Castle, and it's seriously like a foot wiggle and then his tail is a little castle, and I like made it into a painting. It's hanging in my mom's house. So like I said, one of the reasons that I wanted to look through my sketchbooks is because I know there's a lot of ideas that I had when I was younger that I never got around to like developing because I didn't really have the skills or the knowledge to like develop my art further. And this is one of the things that I'd really like to do. I had this interesting idea of like a forest of really thin trees, and the trees like have these little leaves that come off of them that are masks, and you look through the masks and you see different things. So yeah, anyway, so we'll see if I develop that someday. That is a thing that I would like to do. I started doing a lot more like realistic drawings in my sketchbook around this time. Well, I'd like to do this too. So this is like a sun and moon bird, and they'd have like a nest. This is obviously going to be more cohesive than this weirdness, but so I wanted to make sure I got to the eggs. And they're like making little universes or galaxies or stars or something. Anyways, someday I'd like to do that. If you guys see anything that I'm looking through these sketchbooks and like talking about ideas that I want to do in the future, and you're like, yes, do that one, I'd love to hear, because I just think it's interesting to see what other people are interested in. The sun's sneaking out. So I got a little bit of like an angel merlady here. And then like a sculpture of like an octopus person that I want to do. How do I know this is a sculpture? Sculpey statue? I'd like to make her someday. A lot of my illustrations do start out on post-it notes. I really like post-it notes. It's really like a small confining space, and you just stick a lot of ideas on there, and hey, if you come back to it 6 months later and you still like the idea, then like, yeah. But it helps you like stay really like, you don't spend a lot of time, like, clearly I spent 30 seconds on this. But this I'd like to develop. Like it would be like a little moon at the edge of her fan, and then she'd have like kind of a night sky, and the background would be like kind of velvety looking curtains, or maybe like an evening sunset. Tiny says hello. Tiny says she is a lovely evening sunset herself. Right, Tiny? Tiny, 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 tiny. We are now in 2016, and I drew this little burb. I am starting to get a little better at this point at just drawing things from imagination. I'm still drawing ants because I can't control myself. It's all ants and burbs. And yeah, this is Cthulhu coming out of a man. I mean, like, this is, kids, this is why you should not make a pact with Cthulhu, because he will probably do something unpleasant like this. All right, well, this is from 2020, and I have started doing enough art that I realized that maybe I should be signing my stuff, so I was like practicing how I wanted to sign things. None of those is right. I didn't stick with any of those. I love this dude so much. I based him on a picture that I took in my mom's woods. It was straight up like a broken tree that like looked like it had a face. And so I was like, well, that's clearly her little tree forest protector. This is Murbaka. I just needed you guys to see him. Murbaka. So this is obviously another cute little bird on a branch, but I just realized I painted this. I got a gouache set, like one of the really, really bad ones you can get from like Hobby Lobby, and I was trying to paint with it when I was on like a art retreat. Yeah, no, it did not. This is not good gouache. It was sad gouache. So, and then I started doing a lot more studies like this, and actually like right now I just I'll talk about it in another video, but I started another sketchbook to like work on human anatomy and like face anatomy and expressions. I did a lot of these in this book though, I think. I was going through New Masters Academy classes at this time. I still want to do this. Some guy walking his pet alligator through the stars. They both have like spacesuits on. Apparently I've been obsessed with alligators for a long time, and it just took me a while to recognize that. This is a commission I ended up doing for my friend of her 4 cats as the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. It's really cool. I think there are pictures of it on my Instagram. I mean, like, this was several years ago. But this is one of the things that I wanted to be doing is like, oh, like, it's nice to look back and go, oh yeah, I did a lot of commissions. Like, sometimes when you're struggling to get a business like up and running like I am, like, it's taken a long time for me to get like people to buy my stuff and look at my art and, you know, like get commissions and start getting like jobs like in the illustration industry. So yeah, sometimes when it's taking a bit, it's nice to look back through my stuff and be like, I actually have been getting commissions. Like, I have been selling my work. People are looking at my stuff. It's just not going as fast as I'd like it to, and that's okay. Like, it's gonna be fine. I forgot I did this one. Annie Stegg did like Draw This in Your Style. And isn't she cool? I can't remember what her name is. Yeah, and if you don't know who Annie Stegg is, you should, because her art's amazing. But I really like this style, and I don't know why I stopped doing it. Probably because it takes me forever. But it looks really cool when it's done. So maybe I'll have to do more of that this year. Like, I really like the way these turned out. And, like, her original is done in oil paint. So it looks nothing like this. This cactus bird city is on my list of things that I want to redo because I just like the idea. I think it's fun, and I like drawing cactuses, cacti, and birds. This I did for Justin Gerard hosted like a monthly Let's Draw Monsters event on his Twitch stream. I can't remember what this critter is called, but this was like my design for it. And I really want to redo this one because I like the idea of like a Hydra Venus flytrap monster. Apparently, this kind of fish has poor eyesight and needs glasses and hunts by smell. I am sure that this is a real fish, and yeah, I just got bored when I was doing my anatomical studies. I am still here. Drawing more mermaids. I am just constantly drawing mermaids, and this one seems to have 2 little like glowy fish balloons. I would love to do this too someday. I love painting glowing things. So I don't know if you guys ever experienced this, but when I'm looking through my sketchbook, sometimes I notice that I took a big jump backwards, like as far as like my skill level goes, and like that's what I feel like looking at this. This is from 2020, so it's only a few years ago. This did turn into a painting, but it's in oil, and I haven't finished it, and I don't know if I'm gonna. Maybe. We'll see. And this is a commission that I did for my sister. It's My Little Pony themed. It is not the mother of all beasts. I don't know what I was doing there. Just My Little Ponies. This is really fun. My family and I took a road trip out to Washington, and I just did a lot of these little super sketchy landscapes because obviously we're driving, so it was just like really fast little sketchy landscapes to kind of like capture a mood of a place. And then some of them I went back over in pen just so that they didn't get lost. But it was really fun. I highly recommend trying that if you are ever on a road trip. Yeah, here's like a whole like spread that's just of like going through 10 sleep. This is the start of a commission that I was developing for my friend who has a hair salon. Oops, that is not what I wanted to show you. There you go. And this is like what I ended up going with. I will try to find a picture. I don't have a scan of this or anything, but I'll try to find a picture. I did this in oil actually, and I really like how her hands turned out especially. Okay, we're almost done. I'm not going through my most recent stuff with you guys. This I still want to develop into, I don't know, maybe just like a sticker or something. But I want to do like canned ham, but it's like a vampire, like raising up out of his coffin. I started getting back into like the idea of doing like just really simple portraits with a lot of like stuff going on with like hair. I don't know if I will ever... Oh, look at him! Oh my gosh. Look at that little blarp. He's so cute. If you ever want a really good reason to like do sketchbooking on like a daily basis, so that 5 years later you can come back and see the little sea lion you drew and be like, well, that's the cutest thing I've ever drawn in 5 seconds. I mean, look at that little dragon guy. Look at him. He's so cute. She looks really bored considering she's got all these cool friends. I would definitely change that. Look, I still use color pencils sometimes. I mean, this is before I got my like Derwent Lightfast ones, which is what I use now. I thought I'd show you guys this guy too. I don't know why, but sometimes I lean a little bit more into the like very surreal. Look, he's got little bunny friends. I assume that's like bunny prints. It looks more like deer though. Maybe it was supposed to be like a deer. Yep. So this I developed because I wanted to do like a reduction lino cut print of my cats. This is Tiny and this is Meow Meow. I have the stuff to do lino cut printing. I just don't do it very much. It's on my list, but yeah, that is the kind of frustrating thing about trying to get like an art business moving, is that like you really have to rein in that impulse to like be all over the place. And it is hard for me to rein that impulse in because I like all over the place. These I developed into a series of 4 illustrations as a commission for a friend of mine. I loved doing these. I ended up doing this one for sure. Or maybe it was this one. He was like balancing on a bunch of radishes and holding an olive. They were all doing circus things, I think. No, one of them was a drummer. Anyways, just 4 little mice doing cute things. This is me writing things that I need to remember to do for my Christmas painting several years ago. I'm putting this in here for you guys to just know that sometimes my style is really bad 80s and 90s cartoons. Just every once in a while it comes out, and then this happens, and then I move on. Look at this guy, he's so cute. So cute. That just reminded me, like, at my most recent art event, I think he's looking under the mountains. That's kind of cool. I was talking to, if you saw my last video about doing an art event, I did like a cool little art exchange with somebody who had like a little avocado keychain that she made out of Sculpey, and she like traded me for, I think my cat pin and like one of my little avocado cat stickers. No, it was, oh, they were both lizards, because she made a little avocado lizard, and it was so cute. Okay, I just gotta go show it. Actually, I have no idea if I actually showed this to you guys before, but like, focus. Why are you not focusing? There we go. Okay, I don't know why my camera didn't want to focus there. So, I don't know if I actually showed this to you guys, but somebody at the last art event I was at, like, made this cute little thing, and she came over to my booth and saw that I had, like, a sticker of an avocado lizard. And so we did, like, an art trade. I got this, and she got not Tiny. She did not get Tiny. Tiny is still here. She got one of my pins and one of my Avo Lizardo stickers. And so the last event I was at, like, we were talking, and she was like, you know, I'm going to work on this kind of food thing this year and this kind of food thing. And I was like, oh, funnily enough, I wanted to do dragons of those. So I'm going to do like little food dragons this year. But look how cute. Yeah, so cute. So I also found the old sketches for my librarian's assistant that I finally finished this year. Woo. So he turned out a lot different than the sketch, which is interesting, but I gotta say, I just, like, there's something about the facial expressions, especially in this particular sketch, that I just really like. Alright, so let's have a little bit of a chat about what the big plans are for this upcoming year. My big thing is this right here. I am starting 2024 with, there is a planning routine you can do. It's called the 12-week year. And I'm going to use that 12-week year to get the outline and the chapters set up for my book that I want to work on. And the book is going to be Fantasy Creatures in the U.S. I don't have a title yet. I have a bunch of ideas for titles, but nothing solid yet. So, and it's going to be stuff like this. Like, this is a local landmark. It's called the Setman Mill. And it just has a giant garter snake in it, you know. And then some things will be more like fantasy theme. Like this one is a local bridge. It's called the Veterans Memorial Bridge. I'm guessing a lot of towns have bridges named that. But this is the troll that lives under our Veterans Memorial Bridge. And then some will be stuff like, this is a pickle. It lives in your pickle jar when you only have like a couple pickles left at the bottom. So that is like my big plan for 2024 is like I have a goal of getting this book done. Like it's not going to probably get published obviously, but that's my big goal. I want this book done. I've been talking about it for years. It needs to happen. And then I just wanted to share this one cool thing with you, and I'll include some other footage of it. I went to my friend's house last night, and she has one of those like super fancy embroidery machines. So we were just chatting, and she was like, we've had conversations before about me turning some of my artwork into patches, and like how like expensive that would be for her to produce, and like what it would look like in the end. And I was like, do you have the ability to just take my artwork and like turn it into an embroidered design? And so I just sent her like the same artwork that I sent in for my pin. And look at him. Isn't he cute? This is obviously a prototype. But oh my gosh, for a prototype, like so cute. I am so happy. I am so happy with how cute he is. Look. Yeah. we would make a lot of changes. I mean, like, this is pretty thick. Yeah, like that hot mess back there. But it was so cool to watch our machine do it. And, like, now you guys have seen it too, because I'm sure I put the footage up. But, yeah, he turned out really cool. And, yeah. That's the thing that I would like to get into this year. One more thing that I would like to touch on since we're talking about sketchbooks. This is my sketchbook that I brought to D&D with me every time we had a session until it was full. It didn't start out as a D&D sketchbook, so like this is clearly just a bird. But like I can't tell you how much like my family and my friends enjoyed having me just sketching random things that happened like during our adventures, and these are not good sketches, guys. Like they are just like, you know, things that were happening, and honestly I don't even like remember what was happening in this scene anymore. I probably should have written something down. But like first of all, it helps you get more comfortable just sketching whatever's in your head. Like, yeah, this beautiful thing right here. But second of all, it really like, oh, that's definitely not a D&D sketch either. It's like a scrapbook. I have no idea what some of this stuff is, but it is definitely funny. And one time I forgot my notebook at home, so I just had to do all of the sketches on these little pieces of paper. But yeah, you guys, bring your sketchbook places. Like, it is something that I am doing more and more. I have an art haul coming up, so you'll see these again. But I got these because I always want to have a sketchbook with me now. Like, I draw in it, I take notes, I do all sorts of stuff, and it's just for fun, so I don't, like, have to stress. Plus, when they're little like this, you can fill them up really fast, and then you're like, yeah, that's awesome, I filled up a sketchbook. Okay, and now I'm gonna go. But, look at this cat. Meow, 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 meow. Happy New Year. Meow. Bye.